Let's get into it. Sold Not For Sale podcast. We got Joe Rogan and Shane Gillis talking about, mainstream media anchors and those journalist type people. And then from there, they start talking about Tucker Carlson. Very briefly, Joe Rogan talks about meeting him, and I'll let Joe explain all of that. But after that clip, I have 3 clips of Tucker Carlson talking about the epic release of his new network. So he's going to be talking about why he did that. He's going to be talking about what's in store for people. And while those are playing, I'm going to be cruising the website so you can get a good feel of what's going on. And then after that, I'll go into how to join and what that looks like, and we'll talk from there. All right, let's get into that. Do not forget about IamCoachColin.com. We got Sold Not For Sale. We got Public Enemy #1, and we have the Certified Pure Blood shirt. Discount code is I am Coach Colin, all capital letters, all one word, 1 L in the name Colin. Let's get to the clip.
To what these people portray themselves in the media as these like moral authorities and these experts and these people of substantial reason. They're not that. They're fucking weirdos who are being confined by this job, and they're boxed into a very specific way of behaving and talking, and they put makeup on you and they sit you in front of a camera and you talk about whatever the fuck they tell you to talk about, and you pretend you're smarter than everybody else. And when those people go on like a show where they get questioned, like when they went on, like that guy went on the Patrick Bet David podcast, like you just see who they really are. It's like, oh, you're just some guy and this is what you do. And
they work for both. They work for CNN and Fox. And change they're like girlfriends.
Yeah, they go back.
Like whoever I'm dating, that's my personality.
Well, didn't Tucker Carlson start at CNN?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's
buck wild now.
His laugh's wild.
He's wild. I met him for the first time.
I heard he's a man.
Very nice guy.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. Like seemed genuine. Shook his hand. How you doing? We talk, chit chat.
Yeah. Everything I've seen of him, he seems cool.
Listen,
nice.
man,
no, I don't think I wouldn't describe him as cool.
This is what he is. He's odd. He's odd. Like, there's no question about it. He's odd. Like, the way he laughs is odd. The way he communicates is odd. But I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I think what he does is very important for the most part. Like, some of the stuff is like when he found the dude who blew Obama. Yeah, that guy. Like, yo, like, this is, what are you doing here? Yeah. Like, what is this? Yeah. Like, this is the same guy that's exposing fraud in the CIA. This is the same guy that wants to release the Kennedy files. And then he's like,
he's tossing in,
this guy blew the president.
Yeah.
Like, what? Even if he did, who fucking cares? I kind of want to know. But who cares? I'm kind of happy he did it.
That's big news.
I know, but is it shocking? I mean, if you're a guy and you're running for president, you're gay, you're not telling anybody. Not in this day and age. There's just way too many people that would think you're a freak. There's way too many people that unfairly associate gay people with some other kind of perversion as well.
Yeah.
They don't just think this is just, just like how you like women, this guy likes men. We should all be free. And clearly, it is how he is. This is not some wacky thing like being addicted to gambling.
Yeah.
This is like a thing that is in your genes, and we need to accept it. If we're going to be a kind, compassionate society.
I love how he's talking about it like it's fact. Like, this is just how the guy is. It's fine. He gave us 8 okay years. It's fine. But Tucker Carlson. They met. He's odd. And the reason that I'm playing this is because I think this is building up. He's talking about meeting him. He's talking about thinking that the guy's pretty cool, genuine, nice guy. I think this is leading up to a Tucker Carlson interview. Also, what's making me think about that is everything that I'm about to show you now that has to do with TuckerCarlson.com, which has changed quite a bit. I'm going to play this video for you right now. This is Tucker Carlson. Complete rebrand of the website. Website was so bare bones before. Complete rebrand. Let's play this next clip.
It's Tucker Carlson. Something big is coming. You can probably feel it. Everybody can feel it. The next 12 months is going to be a wild time, probably like nothing any of us has ever seen. An economic meltdown, an unresolvable presidential race, unprecedented global migration, entire populations moving from continent to continent, metastasizing foreign wars, chaos. Suddenly, everything seems at stake, control of the world and of your soul. How are you going to respond to all of this? The first step is knowing what's actually happening. That's not easy. Who's an ally? Who's an enemy? You can't always tell. What's true and what's a lie? Sometimes it's hard to know. There's so much deception. Big media companies won't help. Their job is to manipulate you. The government? Please. When was the last time you believed a word they said? Probably before COVID. We've been thinking a lot about all of this for the past 8 months. We've traveled to various countries around the world to see what America looks like from far away. Sometimes distance gives you perspective. And we've decided that we need something new, something relentlessly honest that the corporate gatekeepers can't touch. So we built a company called Tucker Carlson Network. We'll be rolling it out starting now. You may have already seen some of our content on X. Expect a lot more of that. Interviews, documentaries, analysis, facts, and honesty every day. We've got a lot of good people working on this, and we think it's going to make a difference. You can head to tuckercarlson.com to learn more. We hope you will. Thanks.
And that is the ticker. That's the logo, we'll say, of his network. So this is a network that's going to be based around him for the first little while. I would say probably for the first 6 to 8 months. Then I think he's going to grab some other voices and we're going to start seeing different things. I think right now they're just at a point where they need to build it. They're putting out so much content. He says that he's going to be posting every single day on X. Again, if you're not on X, you can always come here. I'm going to make sure to cover the content. But let's get into a little bit more of what he has to say in regards to his network. So what I'm going to be playing for you right now is him on X just talking about, why all this is happening and what he sees in the future. So we got one clip, there's going to be another one, and then there's going to be another one where he actually discusses becoming Trump's vice president. I was going to say VPN, but his vice president. Let's get into the first one.
My vision is, partly inchoate. I'm just being honest. I mean, these things evolve in ways that you can't foresee it, and this will be no different. But my baseline belief is that you have to be protected, and I know that from experience. And you can, work for people who you really like and who you think like you, and then things will happen that you don't understand, and all of a sudden you're cut off from any kind of audience, and you have no opportunity to say what you think is true.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson.
That's happened to me before, and I don't want it to happen again. And to rely on advertising. If you're me, if you're Elon, it's fine because you're in a different category. You're the richest man in the world. But if you're me, you can't rely on just advertising. You can't, because it's a fickle world. It's a turbulent world, and you need the fortress effectively that a subscription model affords. We're going to be posting on X every single day, all of our content, and some of it will be behind a paywall, but part of all of it will be on X because we want the biggest audience we can get, and we so appreciate the amazing and at this point unique nature of this platform. But you have to have subscribers who support you and will protect you and your ability to fund this stuff. The documentaries we've got more than 20 people working for us right now, and you can't rely on advertisers to keep that open if all of a sudden there's another January 6th or they make up something or there's a terror attack and, oh gosh, we have to shut down, anyone who's criticizing the government now. You think that won't happen? Of course it'll happen. I mean, it's guaranteed to happen. And I just want to stay afloat during that time. And I'm not, money driven. I never have been. I'm happy to make money, but that's not my goal in life at all. My goal in life is to say what I think is true. And I think this will allow it.
Now, when I'm on this website, it's looking to me like what you're seeing here is not just links to X. So if I click this, it's not going to go to Twitter. It's actually going to go to a video that is embedded into his website. So that's pretty cool to see. So now, even if you don't have X, now I don't know if all of this same content is also on X. I'm not sure how all this works. But as you can see, these 3 things here, they're locked. So you got to join the team in order to get these interviews, right? This one's very interesting. It says uncensored, the racist dinner ladies, $5,000 to be told that you're a nasty white person. I have to see that. I have not joined the team yet because I'm still trying to figure out what's going to be able to be seen on X and other places and what's actually behind the paywall that no one else is going to get to see. because I've joined the services in the past, and you think that you're getting access to something that no one else is, and then the next thing you know, it's all available on Twitter. So it's like, why don't I just wait, But it seems like Tucker's actually going all the way. Here, I'm going to play another clip. This is him talking more about why he started this whole thing and what he hopes to gain and what he hopes to have everybody gain from it.
Please tell everyone about the Tucker Carlson network.
Well, basically, it started on X. So I got, unemployed again, not for the first time in April, and I was sort of, I'm not that old, and I have a lot of opinions, and I was sort of wondering what to do. And about an hour after that happened, Elon called me and said, you should just bring the whole operation to X. Not for pay, but just, use it like anyone else would, with the guarantee that he's made to everyone that this is not going to be governed by censorship and you can say what you think as long as you're not committing a crime. And so that really just saved me. It saved me because I don't know if you've been fired before, but there's usually, this happened to me a couple firings ago where there's this moment where you're like, well, I guess I'll just go fishing, you know what I mean? Or something else that's not healthy, and you lose your momentum, and then you're like, what am I doing with my life? And because of this venue, this platform, I was able to keep working like within days. So I'm just grateful for that. But it dawned on us at a certain point that, you can't, if you're going to hire a bunch of people, and we brought almost everybody from our show at Fox along. So they're all still here. I'm working with the same people I've worked with for years. You need revenue. And if you're going to send people out to go cover stories or make documentaries, you need to pay them. And how do you do that? Well, you do it with advertising. But if you do it with advertising, then you're subject to the whims of the advertisers. And they always want to hem you in some way or tell you what they think, or they'll, pull their ads, or they'll be bullied by some AstroTurf boycott operation, or Media Matters will get involved and call you a Nazi. And then the next thing you know, your company shuts down. So you really have to find, at least if you're me, another form of revenue. And the most obvious is subscription, because you're invulnerable. Like, you can't, it's a fortress. They can't dick with you at that point. And that's of paramount importance to me because I've been dicked with a lot. So basically, we're doing what we've always done, but from within the fortress of a company that can't be canceled. And so that's what we're doing.
That must feel incredibly liberating.
Well, it feels great, actually. I mean, it's felt liberating for the past 7 months to post stuff on X and know that no one's going to call me and say, you can't do that, or, that my job is on the line. I mean, I don't have a job. I don't work for anybody. And after, almost 30 years of working for big news companies, it's wild. And it's actually changed my views a lot. And I thought I was uncontrolled when I had my last job because no one really ever bothered me. But of course, if you work for somebody else, you're probably setting hedges around what you're allowed to think. And I probably was doing that. I know that my views have changed even more since I left in the past 7 months. I've traveled a lot, seen a lot of things. And they haven't changed so much as they've solidified, and the current trends have accelerated. So yeah, it's been an amazing time. I mean, not to sound pompous, but just like intellectually, just to think about stuff and see stuff and what is going on exactly. There are 1,000 things happening at once, big things, history-changing things, and how are they all connected to each other? And anyway, just having a chance to continue to learn and to post some of what we find on X and have people see it, it's just been amazing. I've loved it.
It's been very interesting to see, like, as you can see here on X, right? This is their X Spaces. Again, it's just like, it's a meeting where everybody just talks into their phone, basically. And it's very interesting to see the CIA boys, the CIA tape boys, so close to everything that's going on X. They don't have any ownership or anything. It's just very interesting to always see them. Also, this person is also in the chat. This guy's Brian. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. It's like Kessenerberger or something like that. And they're also known to be, allegedly, from what I've heard through channels, that they are very much democratic. I don't want to say paid, but very democratic working influences. It's very interesting to see them all so close. But, maybe they just want to hear but they're also speakers inside of this, which is very interesting. Now I'm going to go to the VP clip, but first I just want to show you that there's going to be full-length films and documentaries coming in the spring. Now this is what I think is going to be behind the paywall, 100%. There's also something called, not the Tucker Shorts. Was it Tucker Shorts? Tucker Shorts as well. These are going to be mini documentaries, and he's saying right here that there's going to be multiple episodes a month. So that's very, very interesting, and they're going to be along the lines of, I don't know if you saw his interview with Ice Cube. I know I posted a couple of clips from it. It's going to be things like that. So I'm guessing that's going to start becoming a thing. But most of the stuff here, when you see uncensored, there's 3 interviews here that are locked. So that's behind a paywall. But otherwise, everything's available for free. All this stuff is available for free. I guess it's just like a nice way to just hub it all into one place. The interviews as well are all available for free. So don't think anything that I'm showing you is something that you have to join the website for. I just want to make that clear because I don't want you to all of a sudden see all this stuff and be like, oh, I have to join to see all this stuff. All of this stuff is available for free. He also has something called Ask Tucker. That seems to be behind a paywall, but I will be honest, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is the same thing. I did find this available for free. So just putting that out there. So don't go to this website and think, oh, I have to see this. Go check his other, platforms, because you might be able to find it for free. I'm not trying to get people to sign up. I'm not paid by Tucker. In fact, the only strike that I've ever had on my channel is from Tucker Carlson. Little fun fact there. But yeah, it seems like there's going to be some things behind the paywall. I'm not quite sure what those things are. Let's get to the last clip where he actually discusses becoming Trump's VP and if that's a possibility. Let's go.
The question was asked at the beginning that they said, what Melania said, and you were very complimentary. But one, if you did get that phone call, would you entertain it? And 2, if not, do you think if you could be, unbiased in the most possible way, do you think you would make a good VP candidate? And if not, who would you think would make a good VP candidate? Because the strategy's got to be 12 years, not just 4 years.
Yeah. Well, then thank you for that question, and thank you for the nice intro. And it's good to hear from you. I don't know if I'd make a good VP candidate. I mean, probably not, actually. I mean, I've never done anything like that at all. I'm, I don't think I'm crazy, just to be totally blunt with you, but I'm a little eccentric in that, and I'm definitely committed to saying what I think. And so, the structure of politics is totally foreign to me. I know I could give good speeches because I like giving speeches, but there's a lot more than giving speeches. So would I be good at that? Yeah, probably not. But it's just impossible to imagine ever being involved in politics. And I'm not being coy or anything like that. I've covered it my whole life. The number of politicians I would voluntarily have a meal with is like, fingers on a hand. I just don't like them. And so I generally think you should stick to things that come naturally to you, that you like, that you have an innate aptitude for. And in my case, it's writing and talking, but it's not kind of in like raising money or reading talking points, or I don't know. I just don't see myself doing anything like that, to be honest with you, though. I mean, who knows? God knows where this country's going,
So that's very interesting. So it's not a no. It's not a no, but he's trying to stick to things that he's good at. I think he would be good, not for the fact that I think he's this outstanding politician. I think it's because he can write, because he can speak, because he speaks truth, right? And that's what we all love about RFK. That's what we all love about Trump. So I think he can do that type of thing. I also think it's because if you surround yourself with the right people, first of all, you're the vice president. It's not like you're running the country. You're with Donald Trump. You're helping. I'm just saying, a little Freudian slip there. You're helping whoever becomes the president. But you're helping whoever becomes. But also, you have to just surround yourself with the right people. If it were to be Trump, he is definitely going to surround himself with the correct people this time around. He learned the first time, he got bit a few times in his presidency, and he's going to surround himself with the correct people. And I think if Tucker has the right people around him that are giving him the real and true information, because that's where Trump had a lot of issues, I think he'd be able to make decisions. I think he'd be able to stand beside someone like Donald Trump and say, I think you should probably go this way with it. I think, and this is how Tucker already thinks. You can tell by the speeches he gives and the videos he makes. He's going to think for the American people. He's going to be like, this is what's going to help the citizens of our country the best. This is what's going to help our citizens. And I think they're just going to go based on that. Everything else that's like a foreign policy worldwide thing, Trump can handle, right? So I think if he's just beside him and he has the American public in mind all times, I think he'd be great. But again, given what I just saw on the website, how much I just saw on this website, how much he's saying he is going to do every single month and every single day, I don't know if he could do both. I don't know if that would be able to happen. But again, this is within the next 12 months. And I said before at the beginning of this video, 8 months in, he's probably going to have other voices. So the frequency that we're talking about in terms of every day on X and every day on this and every day on the website, it's not all going to be him. It's going to be various people. So he may be able to still pull it off. I'm hoping that he does. Let me know what you think in the comments section about Tucker becoming the VP, but also what you think about the new website, what you think about it. And just to put this out there, it is $72 a year to join. That is what he's charging everybody. So it's not like the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire is somewhere in like, I want to say like $250. Daily Wire is quite a bit. So it's less than half of what you would pay to be a part of the Daily Wire. I myself never joined the Daily Wire. I thought it was too much money for what I was already seeing on X, and I didn't know how much more they could offer me. I really only like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens. That's the only two people I keep up with, so I see enough of them on YouTube already, so I'm good there. $72 to see some really good documentaries, see some really good mini documentaries, to see some interviews that may be behind paywall. When it comes to Tucker Carlson and the topics that he wants to cover and the fact that he is an American first type of person, I think it's worth it. But again, that's an expense that comes out of nowhere. So for most people that don't want that type of thing, I get it. I'll always be covering Tucker Carlson, so I'm always here for you. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Now that you know the price, now that you know what's coming, all of this stuff. I know it was a lot of information. Joe Rogan said he was odd, and I have to agree. This is a very odd man. He got fired from Fox, and what are we? Late April? So we're doing May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9 months later, erects this whole company, amasses more of a following than any other journalist in the world, is being pushed to be a vice president of the United States of America, gives epic speeches, is one of the only people in journalism that is with a massive following, that is focusing on America first, is talking about the things people won't talk about. He's everywhere. This is an odd guy. And then on top of that, the way that he laughs. I think everything about this guy is very odd and extraordinary. Some of the most genius people in the world are odd people. So let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm out.